when we talk about being cost conscious culture, why it is important, why it is a term out there in the industry, and how exactly we can make sure that this thing is tagged to our cloud architecture as well, how we go by, and what is your experience about it?
Cloud cost consciousness, basically, that is something. The reason why we say that it should be like a culture is because that's like a shared responsibility, right? The whole purpose is to avoid the phenomena of tragedy of commons, basically. Where everybody thinks that, okay, I have access to the cloud and shared resources, and they use it as per their own convenience and requirements. But to give it like a holistic viewpoint of how the cost is being utilized, are the resources being utilized efficiently and all that. So that is something that every person, whoever is dealing with the cloud infrastructure in your company, they should be conscious of it, how they're using, how much, and all those aspects. Those are the aspects that we would be actually catering to throughout this conversation.
So I think you were mainly say that we need to like lead with examples, create an ownership culture around the cost optimization and cost saving, whatever we say it. So that is what exactly the conscious culture is all about. So if we want to like dive more deeper into this, Taimur.
I mean, I could talk about it from the data perspective. If the cost culture isn't there, any analyst or data analyst, be it business analyst, they just want an output, right? When they just want an output, they would want their reports or their queries or their data to be received or be recovered, or for example, the reporting department, right? They would want their reports to run in the most optimal manner, and they'll probably just ask for the most resources so that it runs, and just for one report, and they'll leave it be, and it'll keep on running. And that is something that is not at all healthy for the cloud cost. So I think we need a culture in the company, not just by the stakeholders overall, so that everybody knows what they're doing, what outcomes and the improvements, and what is the positive outcomes that comes from them having knowledge about cloud costs and how to optimize them and how to take care of the cloud costs. So I think not just from a data perspective, from a general enterprise or a startup or a let's say big four company as well, say everyone needs to be if they're on cloud, they need to be very educated about the cloud cost optimization techniques and why it is necessary.
So I totally agree with you both folks. But if you ask me, obviously this should be not something that is governed upon people, but it should be coming from the people. So if you ask me, when we want to create a culture, so we need to like take the right steps towards that. What I have seen in my experience, like we used to like celebrate failures, celebrate wins. So whenever there have been any incidents where there was a lot of input towards cost optimization, cost celebration, we always used to celebrate that, to point out the right faults, work on that, point out the right people who actually put an effort on that direction. So I feel creating an ownership culture should be done by leading an example. So like leaders coming out on front, recognizing the people who are working in that direction, no matter what it is. Maybe it could be right sizing, maybe identifying they were doing something wrong in the past, now they have corrected it, whatever. So I know there would be a failure in that, but the celebration is that we came out of it, we succeeded in that, and now we are like putting names out. These are the folks who actually worked on that direction. So I see a culture is something creating from ownership, and that comes when you start recognizing people out there. That's how actually human operate, right?